My name is Ariel Gonzalez, and I'm a third-year medical student at St. George's University, currently doing my surgery rotation at St. Anthony's Hospital in Chicago. The reason why I got into medicine has a lot to do with the person that I am now and all the experiences that I had growing up in this country. So, at age 5, I moved to the US, and then I immediately realized that we weren't always welcomed here in this country, and I actually had a lot of physical and verbal abuse growing up. It made it very difficult for me to communicate with my peers and to relate to them. It made me really shy, and it made it very difficult for me to be assertive of my own needs. And because of all those experiences, it made me really empathetic. I saw my mother cry a lot, and it really broke my heart to see her that way. So I saw her cry because she missed me. She didn't see me that often. So I would do everything possible to make sure that she didn't feel that way by washing dishes, to cleaning my house, even pretending to like working so that I could go to their job and spend time with them, and have them not feel guilty for having me there after school. And eventually, like around age 10, we ended up having our own restaurant business where I really got to see my mom serve a immigrant community that felt at home by her food and felt like a little sense of family. And that's when I realized I love serving people. Dancing was one of the most important experiences for me in my life because one, it taught me how to not be shy anymore. It was another means of me communicating non-verbally. It really made me more extroverted. It also introduced me to the idea that self-care is very important, and I love teaching other people how to dance because I wanted a similar experience for them to grow out of their shell and to be able to not have those stresses in their lives anymore. I went to college, and I immediately became a mentor because I always wanted a mentor. I ended up leading a youth empowerment program for 2 years where I got to serve like about more than like 125 at-risk high school students to be motivated and empowered to go to college and to believe in themselves, or to break toxic cycles of either drugs, gangs, or abusive households. I didn't immediately get into medicine because I didn't believe in myself. I didn't think it was absolutely affordable at all. And so I did the second best thing, which was health administration and policy, where I learned that I could help a lot of people. So I did that. I worked in a healthcare facility for 3 years in DC, where I helped them become qualified for PCMH. I worked with a wonderful team of social workers, health educators, nutritionists, nurses, and physicians, and myself to help patients become empowered in managing their own chronic illnesses like diabetes, asthma, and hypertension, and prevent them from ending up in the emergency room. And even if they end up in the emergency room, I would make sure that they follow up with me and help them with the continuum of care. And I volunteered for 3 years as an EMT, and I loved it so much that I quit my job, took a huge pay cut to become an emergency room tech. I was a lot happier. I got to do a lot of hands-on stuff, and the best experience was talking to Spanish-speaking patients, because immediately when I walked into the room and they saw me or they heard me, a lot of their stress and their anxiety would go away, and just knowing that they knew that I was there to take care of them, or they would feel understood. So that just solidified my goals in life, which is to become a healthcare provider that will serve the underserved community, and to also be a mentor for students like me that grew up without that many resources, or understand that I am taking care of a patient like I would if it were my mom or my dad or my sisters, and treat them not just because of their chief complaint, but make sure that we take care of the patient as a whole. So a holistic care. So whatever field of medicine I am, I know I'm going to bring all those principles that I learned throughout my years of experience in healthcare, but also a lot of my beliefs as a first generation college student, an immigrant. Thank you, Fix, for this opportunity, and that's my story.